Hello, racing fans, and welcome to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, and along with Drew Forster, we're going to go through the Sunday, August 11th races at Hastings Racecourse. There's 8 races on tap, starting at 150. But prior to each of our shows this weekend, we showed a couple of the BC Cup races from last Monday. Quickly recap them, and in case you've missed any of the action, on the Friday show we showed the 2-year-old colts and the 2-year-old fillies. On the Saturday show we showed the 3-year-olds, fillies, and the colts and geldings. And in this show we're going to show the fillies and mares in the distaff, and then followed up with the classic with the boys.
And the older boys. And it was pretty, some low prices before now, and now we get into some big price horses. The one to keep an eye on here is the 1 horse, Dashing Daisy, who went off at a healthy 22 to 1.
Yes.
Your favorite was Go Sail Go.
Breaking there in the pink silks or pink and purple silks of the Foundation stable, and breaking even money. Richard Hamill aboard for Robbie Anderson. She'd been running so well at Emerald Downs, and got back on her home turf here, and seemed to get a comfortable lead here. Not a brutal opening quarter. It was just
23 and 2. Yeah.
It wasn't going a mile and 8 to go a little bit quicker, because it is a long straightaway.
Yeah, she does start to get a little bit of pressure here from PS Touchdown.
But Orchid Silver, a little closer than usual, was laying in the 3rd spot. And you'll see Dashing Daisy just in behind that pack of 3 there, in a nice spot.
You have one of the other favorites was Dance the Wind on the outside, the 7 horse there.
Yeah, laying in 5th. Dashing Daisy's currently on the outside in 3rd.
So they're all kind of running in heats here, it almost looks like.
Running off in 2s, like heading to the arc.
Yeah, they end up going in 112 and 1. Go Sail Go, I mean, it looks like she's in command here. And as we roll along, you'll see PS Touchdown comes up to engage her. Dance the Wind moving there on the outside, the 7 horse.
There's some early runs here. Dance the Wind moved pretty early. So the 7, Queen's Vicar. They really quicken things. For 9 furlongs, when you put in an early 1/8 of a mile run like this, that's hard on horses in mid-pack. And Dashing Daisy was one that didn't, was covered up, was forced to get a good trip because she had nowhere to go. But now she's going to spring out from behind that pack of 3 here.
Yeah, you can see this 3-horse duel here. This is, I mean, it's looking like a really good race.
It's a tough quarter there.
Yeah, these 3 are all really fighting it out. And here comes Dashing Daisy and Wanda Woman.
When the white shadow roll, they're out 5 deep.
And
those 2 are just
come flying home, and Dashing Daisy pokes her head out in front. She gets the win. Wanda Woman 2nd, and Dance the Wind won that 3-way photo for the 3rd spot. But congratulations to Corsair Holdings.
Claimed her for 15 grand.
Claimed her for 15 grand, and
nice BC Cup win.
With the idea of running her in the BC Cup. And it worked out to a charm. And if they put a few bucks on her, they might have got that 50 grand back.
I know, 20 to 1.
46.60 she ended up paying. Some big prices in this race.
And then we ended up with another big price in the BC Cup Classic. The very next race, the big favorite was Wilo Cat. And they were going a mile and an 1/8. And we'll pick it up at the starting gate.
Yeah, some horses to keep an eye on here. Obviously, the 2, Brass and Gold, your eventual winner. The Gov, the 7 horse, ran a big race. He ended up 2nd. And Wilo Cat, the heavy favorite at about $1.50 on the dollar, was the 8 horse.
So Milk Me Joey took the lead early, and here comes the Gov, and Stormy Canuck out 3 deep. As you mentioned, down on the inside is Brass and Gold, in between horses right now. But he's going to get over to the rail here pretty quickly. Wilo Cat's just on his outside, I believe. But the fractions, once again, not demanding, 23 and 3. Not a bad opening quarter for a mile and an 8 for this caliber of horses. Yeah,
just healthy. Like it's an honest pace. It's nothing crazy.
No, the Gov rated nicely. There wasn't a pile of pace on in here. They were quite comfortable the way they were running. Stormy Canuck backed off. And Brass and Gold was tucked in the 4th spot. First time routing this year, since Phoenix anyway, for Brass and Gold, and it really proved to be he's a lot of horse here. He's running up in behind this 46 and 4.
Yeah, he's very close to the lead.
Yeah, he was a lot of horse. He was a ton of horse today. It was hard to find it on form to run this kind of race, but he ended up running it. But things quickened down the backstretch. The Gov and Joey kind of distanced themselves a little, and here comes Stormy Canuck 3 deep, and Scott Williams on Brass and Gold just going to have to sit and wait, and that's what he does.
Yeah, I'd like to mention too, the Gov ran a bang-up race here to finish 2nd. He was the one that was up near the lead, and of the horses that were in the lead, he was the one that hung on toughest. Brass and Gold gets a very nice trip here under Scott Williams.
As to the inside here.
Yeah, as the Gov is starting to get off the rail a little bit, he sneaks up the rail. Wilo Cat tips out.
4 deep. had all the weight, 222
Yeah,
pounds.
to come on late, but Brass and Gold skips up the rail.
Sprinting home.
And moving very well down the lane and wins by about 3 lengths. To the Gov and Wildcat. Yeah, it was a good time as well.
It was a race march time, and it was nice to see.
Yeah.
Good, nice win for Scotty Williams. The Bennetts, long-time contributors,
perennial supporters of horse racing.
Barb Heads. It was a great day for the Brass and Gold connections. Congratulations, 19-1. Nice little price on him as well. All right, on to the Sunday program. Got 8 races on tap. Field of 6 to kick things off. Tough one. 5,000 claimer going 6. I had a lot of trouble. I think
there's a lot
all these scribble marks on the top. I had changed my selections 3 different times. I ended up on the 5, Joy of the Lord. Pretty cool horse that is getting down to a level where even if he gets a tough trip, I think he can win. And if he has to go 3 wide the whole race, I don't mind his chances. And he was routing last time on some fast fractions and succumbed to those fast fractions. He's been way better when he sits off the pace. He likes being on the outside of horses. He doesn't like the rail. That's the MO for that. This horse's perfect trip is sitting in the 2 or 3 path with no horse on his outside, but and just off of a horse. He seems to run big races that way. Looks like he'll get that scenario. I like Joy of the Lord. I put the 3 horse Ice Rules, who's been sharp all season long for John Snow, and I put him in for second, and I put the 6 Arkill, another consistent old boy that runs great races. So I'm going to put Arkill in for third. I went 5, 3, and 6, and I left Swiss Aragon off. Funny Face, who won, Sir Ronrico. All horses that have run. All 6 of these horses are in good form. Yeah,
that's why. I mean, I got some different horses. I put Arkill on top. I thought that was a nice run last time. I think there's going to be enough pace to set him up here. I got him on top. Funny Face has won 2 races in a row. As popular in the winner's circle is, he's popular at the claim booth too. He makes his 3rd straight start for a different trainer. Mel Snow, who had this horse for early on in his career and again later. He knows this horse well. Antonio Reyes takes over. I got him in 2nd spot. And Swiss Aragon, a horse when he gets in to form, can be very tough.
16 and change, under the right conditions.
Yeah, he's done it before. So I got him in 3rd spot. I got 6, 4, and 2 in a very tough opening race on Sunday's card. On to the second. 2-year-olds, maiden optional 30, going 3.5 furlongs, straight boys. They had the fillies races on Saturday.
We had 4 2-year-old races this weekend. We got both the Colts and the fillies got to run 3.5, and both of
6
them
furlongs.
got to run 6, so 6.5 actually.
In this one, I went to Dr. Sport, named after our good friend Greg Douglas.
Friend of the show.
Absolutely. A nice runner up behind, first start, ran behind Weiser Rumgon. And the real key there is Oli's Miss ran 3rd in that race. And she has come on to look like maybe...
a stake race.
Yeah, maybe one of the best fillies on the grounds. And only got beat a neck by Oli's Miss. So that, to me, puts Dr. Sport right in the thick of this. The 2nd spot I put Off the Top. First time starter, I went pretty much on the breeding here. Out of the great mare, Sophie J. and Rosberg is getting runner after runner. Very up and coming stallion in BC here, probably the brightest light amongst our local stallions. And in 3rd spot, I went with Cadillac Chrome. Sorry, Off the Top, if I didn't mention the name. Off the Top of the Robbie Aniston bar in the 2nd spot. And 3rd spot, Cadillac Chrome, another Rosberg. They paid $37,000 for this horse at the sale. River's Edge Racing did. Greg Tracy always has a very good record with 2-year-olds, hitting about 25% with first-time starters. Gets Reyes in the irons. I got 4, 3, and 2.
Yeah, I like the 4-horse Dr. Sport as well, just strictly off of that one race. I'm surprised they offer him for $30,000, but he will go in blinkers too. But still a very good effort first time out, and only didn't pay much for the horse at the sale, but in Florida at the Ocala Breeders' sale, but still a horse that looks like the best on form. Interesting firsters in here. They all paid a lot of money for the 2 Cadillac Chrome. Excellent pedigree. The 3 Off the Top has out of champion mare Sophie J, and the 7-horse Brother Chunky cost a pile of money too out of another champion.
That's another one I looked at. Yeah.
I put the 7 in second, Brother Chunky, just
because of the grade to be free. I looked at that one too. Yeah.
I don't mind the horse. I wish the race was 6.5, but. They obviously didn't figure they had it ready enough. But nice 35 and change move back there in late July. And Amadeo Perez rides for Lenore Dubois. So for the Felicellis. And I put the 2-horse Cadillac Chrome for Greg Tracy in the River's Edge. Excellent 2-year-old conditioner, Greg. And this one was a big buy at the sale too by Rosberg out of the Mare Strangelove. But I went 4, 7, and 2. But Dr. Sport after that first up run I thought was pretty solid. Yeah. So I'm going to try him. On the 3rd race, maiden 12 grand, fillies in here. Fillies and mares going 6.5 furlongs. I'm going to go to the 5 Lips. I think will show a little bit more speed drawn on the outside. Had the inside draw, didn't break great. Let the speed go that day, and Touching Promise ran around there at a pretty fast time though. But this is a lot easier. Big drop.
Yeah.
I think you'll see Lips closer to the pace, kind of like he was first time out this year, and I think he can beat the 3-horse Medaya, who was a good third against the boys last time against Hardware and Legal Bandit. I thought that was a very good race. Those are your 2 horses, I think, and I put the 6 Fair Command in for third. Big Works for the filly by second in command for Craig McPherson, and once again another one that's taken a long time to get to the races, but finally made it there, and surfaces for 12.5 off some dynamite works. But I went 5, 3, and 6.
I went with the 6 Fair Command. Those works look very salty. I think that going into a 12.5 claimer on her first start, she didn't. She's not tackling the toughest company. I know maybe there's a reason for that, but I don't think she's tackling the toughest company. I got actually Hamlin and McPherson picked to win the first 3, so we'll see how they do. I put Lips for the reasons you mentioned in second. Been running against much tougher horses. This is a nice drop down for her. And at third spot, I put Medea, as you mentioned, nice third behind Hardware and Legal Bandit. So
it's backing against the girls. I think that's the big thing. Getting the backing against
exactly.
The fillies.
So I got the same horses. I just flip-flopped around a little bit. I got 6, 5, and 3. On to the fourth, and here we go. Here's the 6.5 version of the 2-year-old race. And I went to the 6-horse, Burnaby Baron, well-bred son of Rockport Harbour for our good friend Praven Sorensen.
Yep.
He was entered once, and I think he came down with a bit of the virus, so they backed off on him. But I like that work the other day in a minute and one.
That's how you can run.
Yeah, it's a nice work.
Some nice works even prior to being hitting the shelf for a little while.
Yeah, so he's got the breeding. Phil Hall does good with 2-year-olds. Our good friend Praven. I landed on 6 Burnaby Baron. The second spot I put Majestic Mark at the Lenore Dubois barn. Pretty good runner-up. Horses ran twice. I like that. It's been improving too, right? 7th by 11, then 4th, only missed by 3 lengths to Grove Trotter. She's all stormy, Copper City. And the third spot I put Devon Way, horse that comes out of that Cougarville race. Another one beat by 3 lengths, beat by 4 lengths. Cahill Road, we'll appreciate another one that's ran around 2 turns once. So I think that's an edge, goes to Devon Way. I got 6, 2, and 5.
Yeah, I agree. I got the same 3 horses, Drew. I think Burnaby Baron's likely the most gifted horse in the race by Rockport Harbour, who unfortunately passed away, Rockport Harbour, just the other day. But nice stallion was Rockport Harbour, and this one cost a fair bit of money at the Keeneland sale, and looks like they got a pretty nice horse for Praven. He spent the money, but he's got a pretty nice horse here, and I think he can win the money. I agree with Majestic Mark in the second spot. He's improved his start 1 to start 2. Gets Lasix this afternoon, and I think the stretch out will help. This expensive yearling by Mass Market. I don't think he was done any justice at 3.5 furlongs. I think 6.5 will definitely suit him. And the 5 Devon Way also goes first time Lasix, as you mentioned, with the benefit of a 2-turn race already. So I'll put him in the third spot. I do like the 6 Burnaby Baron. I mean, he can stand alone with him. I went 6, 2, and 5. On to the 5th race, $4,000 claimer, non-2 lifetime, going 6.5 for the boys. Went down to the inside of the 1, Jackman Road. Been threatening to break through this condition. Bunch of on-the-board performances, pretty consistent. Son of Stefan Otis moves to the Alan May barn. Scott Williams retains the mount. I just think there's a lot of positives with Jackman Road, so I'm going to put him in the lead spot. I had a big trouble after that. I went to the 9 Nellie's Trick for second. I was looking for an off-the-pace horse. I'm hoping this horse can sit a little farther back. Was a little too close, I thought, to the pace last time. Made a bit of a run and hung. Ended up losing second late to I'm the Dude with Attitude, but I think this horse can be better. Amadeo's got a ride under him now, a test run, and now he can perhaps maybe even get Nellie's Trick a little farther back. Because there looks like there's a pile of speed in here. The inside 4 horses all seem to want to go. You got Wild Dragon, Take a Back Road, Scamming on the outside. There's no less than 5 or 6 horses that are going to be demanding the lead in here. I just wanted something to come from off it at a price. I think Nellie's Trick could be that horse. And I put the 5 horse. I'm the Dude with Attitude. Not a big fan of the horse. Been in this condition forever, but at least he's in good form. He's had a couple of runner-up efforts, and you want him on your tri-ticket. But I do like Jackman Road. I think he's the best horse by a mile in here. I went 195. I
agree with you. I got Jackman Road on top. Reasons you mentioned. He looks like the go-to horse. I put Extra Moon in the second spot of the Mel Snow.
I don't mind him. I've left him off the ticket today, but I picked him many times.
I thought a good runner-up behind Serendipity Grove in front of Godheem last time. He seems like a useful little horse that always puts in an honest effort. So I put him in the second spot. And the third spot, Nellie's Trick. that's one I have in third spot. Reasons you mentioned. A closer, a horse that definitely fits this condition well. I got 1, 4, and 9 in the 5th. On to the 6th.
Non-2-4 again.
Non-2-4 for fillies and mares. Excuse me, and I have gone to the outside, number 10, Lady Born. 2 runner-up efforts in this condition, the non-2 condition. Just got beat a half length by Pine Walk last time. Pine Walk came back and won the non-3 condition pretty handily. So for me, that puts Lady Born in the driver's seat here. In the second spot, I put Officer's Charm out of the Monica Russell barn. Kind of been all over the place. She was always in allowance races. Then she went into a straight 3-year-old fillies for 15. Ran into a very tough Curious Gal and Always Red on Sunday. Then she tried her 3.5. Now she finds her way down to a non-2-4 level that I think will fit her very well. In the third spot, I put Princess Sparkle, another one out of the Lenore Dubois barn. 2 back was just behind Pine Walk and Lady Born. So I kind of throw out that last race. I like the race before that. She got a 60 buyer for it. That's why I've heard in the third spot. I got 10, 1, and 9.
Yeah, I agree with the 10-horse Lady Born. I think this horse is really alive. I think the horse really liked the move to the outside. I think this is a horse that would rather compromise some ground for dirt not hitting her in the face. She was down on the inside in a couple of her races earlier this year, and I don't think she liked it at all. I think she likes being on the outside. It's better for her to be 3 deep the whole race, and I think she'll run a big race. If she repeats that last one, she's going to win the money for fun in here, so I like the 10 Lady Born. Put the 6 horse, It's Gold Baby, in for second. Did nail 2, 5, and 10, who was waiting to get beat in that one, but still, it was just her third start of the year. I think she's got some room for improvement, and there is some speed in here. We'll see if It's Gold Baby can work out another good trip. And I put the 1 horse, the Speedy Officer's Charm, in for third. Gets back in against the girls, and I wouldn't be shocked to see this horse win the race. He might be able to run away on the head end. Richard Hamill rides for Monica Russell, and I went 10, 6, and 1, but I really do I agree with you on the 10 Lady Born. On to the 7th race, 8,000 older horses going a mile and an 1/8 here. I've gone to the 4 horse, Say Fabulous. Kind of unlucky not to win a race this year. He keeps running big ones, and then he hooked into the tough Talkage Charm in back-to-back races. Then Blade Scuffler got him last time when he was stuffed in behind a slow pace. He didn't get out there. For some reason, this horse is not on the lead. This horse has to be on the lead. Jeff Birmingham has to put this horse on the head end for this horse to win. Maybe they just tried to try an experiment last time, but I think it cost the horse the money, and I like Say Fabulous if on the lead. Put the 1 horse, Call Me Later, in for second. Kind of got shuffled back a little bit last time, and I think this horse gets a little better position. Is as good as anything else in here. And the 5, Super Steve, I put him in for third. He's a good, honest horse. Getting back out to a mile and a 16th or a mile and an 8th, where he's better, I think. I think he can sprint, but I think he's better this mile and an 8th trip, so I put him in this show spot. I went 4, 1, and 5, but I do really like the 4, Say Fabulous.
I got the same horses. I put Super Steve on top. He's run a mile and 1/8 2 times in his life. He's won both times. I think he'll like the trip. Say Fabulous, Call Me Later, I put in the second spot. Was heavily favored last time for 10, going a mile and 16th, and wasn't his day, but now going a mile and 1/8. I don't think that's going to hurt him at all. Steve Henson having a good year. And the third spot, Say Fabulous. Those are the 3 horses. I think you can flip-flop them around. Those are the 3 I would take in here. And I just moved your picks around a little bit, but I do like Super Steve. So I got 5, 1, and 4 in the 7th. On to the 8th and final. Maiden, 5,000 for 3-year-olds and up. And I've gone to the 2 Scroll Work out of the Dino Condolinos barn. He finally gets to go long, which he's a street sense. He's bred to go long. His first, I don't think he got anything out of his first start. Then his next start last time, he went to the lead, and I think he just got a little tired. Ended up behind a few of these, ended up running third. But I think with that start, that's going to put some air in him, and I think he's your horse to beat today. The second spot, I put the 9 Car Talk, a horse that did finish a ways ahead of him last time. But Car Talk's had lots of chances. Score with just 2 starts. I think he's starting to move in the right direction.
Room for improvement, yeah.
And in the third spot, I put 5 Barclay Bay. Another one keeps knocking on the door in these. Look at his last 3 starts: beat by 3/4 of a length, beat by half a length, and beat by 1.25 lengths. So he's always in it, and he won't mind going long either. I got 2, 9, and 5 in the nightcap.
Yeah, I got the same 3 horses. I went to Barclay Bay on top, but I don't love him any more than I like Scroll Work. I think they're all pretty much inseparable, the 9 included card. I like the
Yeah.
2 and 5 actually, or 5 and 2.
Yeah.
But the third horse, if you had to eliminate a horse in the pick 3s or pick 4s, I mean, maybe I'd leave the 9 off the ticket. But I think you definitely need the 5 and the 2. But I put Car Talk in for third. I agree. Those are the 3 horses in here. Really didn't see another Wise Guy horse in here at all. I looked up and down to try and find a 4th one to, it was tough. Maybe Stepmother's Boy on the stretch out. This horse may wake up. Started the year for maiden allowance, but just the sprints are getting better only because their company's getting easier. It's the only reason he's getting a little more some paychecks. But yeah, it really looks like on paper the 2, 5, and 9. But I did go to the 5 Barclay Bay to win it. Well, that'll do it for our analysis of the Sunday afternoon program at Hastings on August the 11th. Up next on screen will be a quick recap. We'll go through put on the old bingo balls there. Here they come.
There we go.
Here come my picks. Back on race number 1, I went to the 5, Joy of the Lord, 5, 3, and 6. Race number 2, the 4, Dr. Sport. Good buddy Greg Douglas. Hopefully he can get in the winner's circle with Dr. Sport, 4, 7, and 2. Race number 3, the 3, Lips over the 3 and 6. Race number 4, the 6, Burnaby Baron over the 2 and 5. The 5th race number 1, Jackman Road over the 9 and 5. 6th race number 10, Ladyborn, 10, 6, 1 for me in the 6th. Race number 7, the 4, Say Fabulous. I like him a lot. I think the 4 will run really well. I went 4, 1, and 5. And in the 8th race, the 5, Barclay Bay over the 2 and 9.
And up next will be my picks. In the first race, I went to number 6, Arkhill over the 4 and the 2. The second race, I agree with Mike on number 4, Dr. Sport over the 3 and the 2. In the third, I went to the first-time starter, number 6, Fair Command over the 5 and the 3. In the fourth, I agree with Mike on number 6, Burnaby Baron for our good friend Praven Sorensen over the 2 and the 5.
For the Burnaby Barons.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Named after his old baseball team.
Yeah.
In the 5th, I went to number 1, Jackman Road over the 4 and the 9. In the 6th, I went to the 10, Lady Born over the 1 and the 9. In the 7th, I went to number 5, Super Steve over the 1 and the 4. And the nightcap, I went to the 2, Scrollwork over the 9 and the 5.
All right, that'll do it for the Sunday edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Wish you lots of luck in your wagers throughout the entire weekend. Hopefully you had a good BC Cup day. It was a lot of fun to watch BC Cup. Hopefully this weekend is just as great. But on behalf of Drew, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time here at the Derby Bar and Grill for Handicapper's Corner.